Ha. I love beef. That's where I come in. I love to just take niggas' careers and just end their fucking career.
Beef is a conflict. Beef is when somebody goes over your shit, you know, when somebody talks shit about you. It's another word for saying, you know, I have a problem with someone.
You have writers who come and want to diss your throw-up or your piece. You have to retaliate.
Niggas I see I got beef with, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, I'm a mastermind, you know what I'm saying? I don't just jump at it. I mean, I see you, I'm gonna do the homework for you, you know what I mean?
I love going over people. Graffiti, I've said it before many times, is a full contact sport.
Careers were ended off of beef. People have been killed off of beef.
It was always a part of graffiti. I mean, in a very strange way, it's kind of what kept it competitive and exciting for me.
You have people that are competing for the same space on the streets, and you know, you're gonna bump heads with people just because of that alone.
People would get run off the line, you know? I can't go paint over there because I have beef with someone. You know, my shit ain't gonna last on that line because cats are beefing with me. I don't think anybody ever wants beef other than when you're like 16 and you want to be noticed and you want to, you know, be paid attention to.
Or some writers just go over you just because they want to meet you or they want to get famous quick.
You know, dudes go over me, I run circles around them. They really can't catch up to me. I am really that advanced, and it's kind of a joke.
It impacts people's styles. They have so much beef, they don't ever want to put more time into developing something with more style because it ain't gonna last.
You know, whether or not it was you and the beef, you got to watch beefs unfold on the sides of trains. You got to watch two crews battling or two crews dogging each other's shit. And, you know, it's like any good boxing match. You just sit back and kind of watch it and see who wins at the end.
Beefs get squashed by fighting. Beefs get squashed by, like, you know, by saying, hey, forget about it. Wow, I didn't even know it was you all these years.
I made a call, you know what I'm saying? It went through the wire. I told the dude, you know what I'm saying, you want to dead the beef, give up a large sum of paint, man. Paint, markers, ink.
Beefs get squashed that way too. You like, you know, you pay your way out of a beef.
You better be on your P's and Q's, man. Know what you're doing.
I don't need any crew to be famous. If I rep your crew, you know, it's because I'm honoring your crew. So you should respect that.
What a crew means to a writer is his family. I've known most of the people that I've been bombing with for damn near all of my life.
You know, it's kind of like a rite of passage, you know? They're giving you your props by putting you down with their crew. Form of respect.
You're friends, so therefore you have a common interest in something and you do it together. It's like a bowling team. Or like a group of women that get together and discuss soap operas, which a lot of writers are not too far removed from that.
Each one gives each other energy to elevate, you know, and that's what makes a good crew, elevation.
The problem is crews kind of like gangs, and gangs was one of the things that I thought Graph was a departure from.
It really didn't enhance the development. In a way, I kind of felt like it threw shit backwards.
Learning about style, learning about painting, learning about racking. It's the people that you have that watch your back for you. Because writing is a violent scene.
Definition of a toy to me is somebody that's new to the game, doesn't necessarily understand the rules of graffiti. Maybe it's his tag style that makes him a toy.
A beginning writer, somebody who sucks.
Letters all discombobulated, you know what I'm saying? An arrow coming out, you like, yo, where that arrow came from?
Somebody who just lacks style, period.
No style, no knowledge of what's going on. They just go around tagging their name wherever they can.
You know, a toy is not necessarily like the way you write or something. A toy is more of a state of mind.
Hanging out with a bunch of toys, hanging out with a bunch of cats that don't necessarily get up. They might claim they write graffiti, but they're better known for starting fights, better known for stealing cars, better known for hustling or doing something else.
You know, I consider a toy somebody who's not really doing it for themselves. Somebody who's just kind of doing it to be down, doing it for other reasons aside from just personal fulfillment.
Just gathering up fame as quickly as possible without going out there and without spending the years that you gotta put in to establish yourself.
Their mind is limited. You ain't fooling us, homie.
Unfortunately, dudes stay like that. And that's what makes them a real toy.
Maybe someone that goes over a piece that's been sitting somewhere, or a tag that's been sitting somewhere 20, 30 years.
You've been in the game for 5 minutes. How you gonna go over him? you know, and nobody from their crew would pull them aside and smack them a couple of times and be like, money, you can't go over this. That shit's been there for 20 years. You just went over some shit that's been there for 20 years because you're an idiot.
Yeah, they serve a purpose to destroy. You have to destroy toys. That's only this, they just here to have fun with. Exactly what they are, toys. They might as well be made by Mattel or Hasbro.
Predator and prey, you know?
You know, toys are suppliers to the many kings of the graffiti world. They usually are quick to give up their paint. You know, you just, yo, toy, give me your paint. And they're quick to oblige.
There needs to be someone you can go over without worrying if he's gonna go back over you. So it balances things out, I think.
I just go over their shit and crush their fucking feelings.
Toy's a writer who just started, really. I mean, everyone was a toy. I mean, I really don't diss toys because I was a toy at one time, too.
Basically, everybody starts out that way. Everybody.
I was certainly a toy. I mean, I was not only a toy, I was almost, could be called a graffiti groupie.
And then I would do pieces on trains, and I would see my pieces on the trains or my trovs, and they would pull in. All the other shit looked fresh. My shit didn't look fresh.
It doesn't mean that you have to remain in that category.
But yes, everyone's a toy at the beginning. Nobody can deny that. And toys that are willing to accept that and learn from somebody who's better than them have a good chance of getting better.
Basically, graffiti writers write on anything. I mean, I see writers write on churches. You shouldn't write on churches or children's little schools.
It was irrelevant whether it was a Catholic church, a place of worship, maybe a synagogue or a mosque. You just didn't write on these places of worship.
Now, I've written on churches before, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like I knew it was a church. It was more like I'm hitting it up, then later on I'll be like, oh.
You don't write on people's houses. You know, you just didn't do that. That's kind of gone out the door as well. You don't ride on cars, like just regular civilians' cars.
I've seen people ride on in cemeteries, man. I mean, there's things you should respect.
You didn't write over someone else's rest in peace mural, for that matter. Usually they were respected in, you know, when there's beef, people will go over a dead person's rest in peace memorial. I mean, I've seen dead people with more beef while they were dead than when they were alive.
Well, #1 ethic, do not go over Skuff. #2 ethic, do not go over Skuff.
I never wrote on nobody's house. I can't front. I wrote on writers' houses, writers that I have beef with.
Say you have a little tree-lined street and people are writing on people's fucking garage doors and shit like that.
The whole ethics question has changed since I was around, too, because I remember, like, people wouldn't, you know, write on trees or they wouldn't write on the floor.
There's just some areas, like neighborhoods, where graffiti looks fucking stupid, like just ridiculous, you know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? As the risk goes up, so does the adrenaline.
Part of me accepting the fact that graffiti's changed and the rules have changed is that there are a bunch of cats out there that are painting on highways and hanging off of rooftops and on overpasses.
The term heaven spots is in Los Angeles term. They use that shit for the highway spots that you gotta climb off, that you fall, you're gonna get run over and you're going straight to heaven.
That's crazy right there, you know what I'm saying? People see you and be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying, your name up there.
I think nowadays kids are tending to get more into high spots or difficult to reach spots just because things get cleaned so fast. If you're not doing those spots, you're not staying up, your stuff's gone in a week.
Yeah, man, it's something that normal people don't do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a normal person. None of these toys could climb up there and diss what I got, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you're gonna diss it, then you gonna work hard like I worked hard to get up there.
Sometimes, you know, good spots, they come with some sort of danger with them.
My thought on all those spots is that they're fucking crazy.
That's crazy, man. That's amazing.
You look at it, you know, it's a little amazing, you know, but you got to keep bombing, you know. It's only impressive one time. Impressed me many times over.
The illest shit that I've seen is not even in America. It's really in Brazil, in Sao Paulo and Rio, where people are hanging off buildings and climbing stuff that's like 10, 15 stories high easily.
Yeah, I've heard riders, you know, fall. I've heard, you know, riders have got killed.
I've witnessed the result of someone falling off of a bridge by way of a body cast.
My man J.A.